welcome back to the stream. Good to see y'all, especially if you're there lurking or returning, it's all good. So, tonight's stream, as you may have seen in the title, is As Seen on TV. No, not my appearance on the episode of Cops. Sadly. But, basically games that, the theme for today is like basically games that had movie or television tie-ins, mostly television. That's kind of what I was thinking of today. I was like, okay, well, what would be a good thing to stream today? I know I wanted to do like more retro games, but what exactly? So I'm thinking, okay, there's like TV games. Some of them are good, some of them were bad. Some of you may have heard of before or not. Hey, who knows? But basically, that's the plan here today. So we'll be kicking things off here very shortly and using two different lovely emulators for depending on what game I feel like playing. RetroArch really don't like for Genesis a whole lot. Super Nintendo, it does pretty well. I mean, especially you got the accurate cores and so forth, but with things like for Sega Genesis, it doesn't seem to do well. I still like Kega Fusion. Yeah, that still to me is like hands down the best emulator to use for the Sega Genesis, and probably one of the best sounding and accurate ones that I'm able to find, at least. Unless somebody can point me in the direction of an accurate both visual and sounding one, I would love to know about it. But let's start off today with the old RetroArch. So we're gonna have a black screen, live split Elgato, turn you off, and here we go, RetroArch. All right, perfect. Except for it's not centered in the screen right. Let's fix that. There we go. A little bit better. Don't know how I got screwed up. Maybe I was playing a game and had to resize it. It's been a while. All right, that should be better. So the first game I want to play that had a show, but you know, basically the game was based on the show. Two different games for it, really, depending on what system you're playing on, Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis, and I can't remember which one is which. But it always bummed me out, especially because I watched a whole marathon of it. Because I had seen it previously when the game was on, like not the game, but the television show was on. But I had seen episodes here and there, and then one time I caught a full marathon, and to my surprise, I learned that unfortunately that the show was not finished, and it was never going to be because it had been canceled. And that really kind of annoyed me. The show was Pirates of the Dark Water, which was really kind of neat. I mean, they go through the show trying to find all these treasures that will help them reverse the problems with the water and help save the planet, find the bad guy, and they stopped. I think they had like 3/4 of the stuff they needed, and the show was canceled. It never got finished. So that's the first game up on the list here today to play. And of course, if you have other suggestions, I'm also looking for that too. Holy cow, this is way too big. Pardon me. Let's try changing the options. Doesn't want to do it that way. Okay. Okay, a little bit better. So like I said, I remember really liking the show, really kind of got hooked into it, and it was just a shame that it just never got finished. Hey, it's Nivix. Pardon me. Now, one of these games is like a beat 'em up, and then one of them is actually like a platformer. I think the Genesis version was a platformer, and the Super Nintendo version was a beat 'em up. Alright, let's switch chords real quick. Sounds like this one's having a problem with it, even though it's like the accuracy chord seems to be having an issue. So let's do the SNES instead, see if that fixes the problem. It's getting popping on the line. Hey, Ronnie. Okay, normal, stereo, nothing special. Okay, neat. No options to configure. Tula, Ren. Let's go with Ren. In his Hunt for Stimpy, the live-action version. The Ren and Stimpy reboot was really different. Okay, yeah, so this is the beat-em-up version. You have a sword at your disposal. Don't use it, just punch with your fists instead. Okay, so you can actually use your sword, which is like separate. It's a slower attack. I'll try adjusting the volume down just a little bit while I get hit. So certain games, I mean, people know like were on TV, Chippendales, Rescue Rangers, DuckTales. I don't really want to play those. I'd really kind of stick like the games that don't really get a whole lot more attention. So it always comes up, people like, oh, games that were on TV, you know, or games that had TV shows, and what about DuckTales? It's like, it's been done, everybody plays those. Let's play something different. That's my view on it, at least. Yeah, let's run. Ooh, I have a block. Okay, good to know. Feels almost like a Capcom game. Almost, but not quite. It's lacking that Capcom, like, you know, charm to it, really. So it's just kind of like generic beat 'em up. I have no idea why those rocks are coming on screen. Somebody's checking them from somewhere. But yeah, I like he's like, okay, I'm gonna throw a guy who's like obviously 500 pounds, just chuck him 20 feet in the other direction. Everything will be good. None of his back, you know, all the discs in his back are fine. No hernias, nothing. He's all good. Get off me, you Oompa Loompa. Okay, so you actually combo into your sword. You can actually do the sword button in the middle of a combo. Okay, great. Very narrow platform. Good to know. Simpsons arcade game. It was actually on my list of things to play, if I got around to it. I've actually done it before, but we're talking like over a year ago. It's been a long time. And I believe I have it like on my PlayStation 3 if I want to play it outside of MAME. Or even Valburn Alpha. So this is very, very basic beat 'em up. Nothing really too challenging outside of like weird hitboxes like for the rock when I jumped over. So you can even see like the characters, like the bad guy, get beaten up by it. And he wasn't even trying to go for the item at all. Alright, short trumps. Very good. And they even knew that. They're like, okay, let's give a 1-up right here. People are gonna die. Should we fix the game so that way people don't do that? No, just give them a 1-up instead of fixing it, you know, instead of just replacing the gap with, you know, ground terrain. No, no, no. Give them a 1-up instead. Okay, so I have to ask, like, why are all these, like, armies of people going after me? I don't know. Of course, I skipped the story because I just want to get back into it. Ah! Oh no! My life has ended. Unfortunately, with, like, the high amount of life that everybody has, you don't do a lot of damage. It takes a long time to complete these, like, to get through these fights. Okay, this is like the final boss already, so I'm guessing... Yeah, he's just gonna run off as soon as you beat him. Lotho's the main bad guy of the show. So let's see what level 2 is like, if this is any better or not. Okay, so there we go. I'm like, is the level over now, or do I have to kill everybody? That'd be weird. It's like, I swear, every single Super Nintendo game has to squeeze Mode 7 in somewhere, and this one decided to do it on the map level. Okay, so more of the same. Enough of this. Okay, so we get to the idea. Super Nintendo version, Pirates of the Dark Water. It's a beat 'em up. Okay, cool. Pardon me. However... Here we go. Hey, T. Wallace, good to see you. Yeah, well, that's the thing, is like, Ren Sword was actually broken, so... I can't remember why. It's been at least 20 years since I saw the marathon. It had all the episodes in it. But yeah, he still uses it around. So basically, it's like a large knife at that point already. But yeah, you could use Crocodile Dundee's Bowie knife for sure. Scrolling, scrolling, scrolling. Pirates of the Dark Water. Here we go. So this is the Sega Genesis version. Created by David Kirshner. He had to have that extra credit in there. So this one I remember being a platformer. Like I said, I couldn't remember at the start which one was which. The King Primus. Jerry, you're a race car driver. You must go. Also, kill the, stop the dark water, please. Your name is Mud. And other Primus songs. Okay, that's a pretty derpy picture. Pretty much, it's like a dragon, griffin, monkey, chicken thing. It's an abomination is what it is, really. God sees it and cries every night. Why? Alright, so let's see. Attack, jump, use. If I have my buttons set up correctly, this should not be a problem. Big, huge, gigantic if. Hey, Tech. Yeah, those eyebrows. I gotta say those portrait pictures are... they're special. I mean, even when you look at them here on the screen, and they're all blinking, which is kinda weird. You listen to Niddler. Squawk. Niddler's the name, and I've sailed the seas with many pirates. I don't care! It's like, I just want to get in the game. Okay, so Ren, Tula, Iaz, Iaz, however you want to say it. Honor, truth, friends. I have no idea what the differences are. Freeze, let's not fight. You're in a fighting game, kind of. You might want to learn to do that. Being a pacifist is probably going to get you murdered very quickly. Kinda, yeah, it does kind of remind me a little bit of that. Of the CDI Zelda games. That's a pretty good assessment. This like independent woman, not women, woman. I wonder which woman it could be. I gotta say, for like a broken sword, he's got a lot of range on that. This game really likes you to read things. Instead of having you do things, it's like, no, sit here and like read the game. Look at all our children, the monkey bird and the monkey bird queen. And slave market within the port. Who knows what will happen to them there? Will we ever see our children again? And what about our queen? Maybe you could help us. How about no? Go to hell. You can't make me. Cause like, dude, I'm just walking around trying to find a way out of here. Why'd you do that? Oh god, why? Yeah, I really wanted to, but the game kind of took over too quickly before it gave me the chance to like do any, weird animal murder. I was really hoping that would let me do that. Some shinobi action going. Okay, so I cut through one of these things. I guess it won't let me do it again? Okay, and why did RetroArch reload with... I think Mega Man X4? No. It reloaded into a soccer game. Weird, because I had shut it down. Okay. So these guys don't seem too oppressed. I mean, they seem pretty chill here. I mean, they could be helping me find their queen, but... No, that's fine. I'll just do it myself. Okay, can't climb vines. Strange food chicken? You know, off a victim of a guy? Okay. Kind of. No, I've actually played Blackthorn. You keep missing the streams where I play all the games you mention. It's like, yep, beat you to it about a month ago. Ow. Yeah, I actually have Blackthorn on Super Nintendo. Came across it a while ago. And it's one of the games I wanted to play on the their old retro tank, but unfortunately, still waiting to get mine. The new replacement. Castlemania Games said that, oh yeah, we're delaying. We're supposed to be shipping out on the 15th of March, and now we're shooting for the 25th. Sorry. It's like, why? What happened? Oh, nothing. We're just gonna take a 10 days. It's like, I'd really like to get my retro tank, please. Goodbye, cruel world! Goodbye, cruel sofa! Goodbye, cruel trees! Oh, come on, I am clearly making it. Does this game have fall damage? Not really. Okay, I have no idea how I did that. Sweet. Okay, let's just see what a game over does. To do something. Can't believe it's this hard to kill yourself in this video game. They're like, no, keep talking. We want you to see that monkey dragon thing again so you can talk to it more. You're not supposed to play the game, you're supposed to read the game. Yeah, actually it didn't. You brought in like maybe 2 people. Continue. Endgame. We shall end game just to see what anybody else is. I want to see like if it's the same scenario if I pick a different character. Let's see. All right, choose a no. It gives you the option for more. There's more story. Oh lord, no, thank you. Blackthorn is a game by Blizzard before, they did the whole World of Warcraft thing. Actually, they did it before then, but it's like a 2D like platformer type game. You have a gun with it's a shotgun with infinite ammo, and you're actually an alien. You get teleported back to your homeworld in your 20s or 30s, and you just try to kill everything up. So there's like lots of puzzles and different things to do with it. So it's not a bad game. It's actually pretty good, but you have to remember that all your moves you commit to, because like if you walk if you hit walk forward, you're going to take a step. Like it's fully animated, you can't interrupt it or anything like that. So it's kind of like Flashback, but it plays a lot better. It's got a baseball bat swing. Okay, can I murder you? Okay, invincible. Jump over. Oh! Okay, so it appears that no matter what, you do the same thing, doesn't matter per character. Where I shoot arrows of the world's tiniest bow. Boom, boom. Get on the old boot. Show but it's all a boot. Yeah, it's like, I'm not sure where he's keeping it, but that thing is ridiculously small. It wouldn't really do too much damage. It's like a kid's bow and arrow set. Oh, so I had like made it all the way back to the beginning when I jumped down here before. Okay. So what does this have to do with like finding a boat and like sailing the seas to stop the dark water from spreading? Instead, you go, first thing you do is like a quest to find a monkey queen in the middle of a forest, which is not the port that they show you at the start. So that's a really odd design choice. Like that guy, he had the right idea. Oh, let's just jump to my death. Realize I'm a Pirates of Darkwater video game. Wait, I have a double jump? No, it just makes you spin. Okay, so what's the point of this? I mean, it doesn't... You don't get any higher, you just spin in the air. Oh, thank goodness. Okay. And we're dropping frames. I need to call Spectrum tomorrow because the weather is nice and clear right now. It is like no problems, no wind whatsoever. And I'm dropping frames, which means we've got an internet problem, so I'll definitely need to check up the line and run a couple trace routes to see what's happening with it, because it should not be doing that. Reach that bottom platform, that jump, then spin, maybe? You can see, like, you clear the box. It's like, I'm clearly inside it. I mean, you're, like, going right through the level geometry. Yeah, so, enough of this annoying game. That's done. Alright, so Pirates of Darkwater, done. What else we got? Well, since I have the Genesis open, let's do a game. I'm gonna warn you right now. This game has, like, god-awful sound. Pardon me. There is no other way to describe it. It's a very late Sega Genesis game to come out. Did have a television show, but I mean, it is just, it's no bueno for sound. So keep your that in mind. You might hear some screeching. It's actually the way the game sounds. I've actually seen this played on an actual cartridge. But yeah, just be careful if you're on some headphones. And what is the game, I might be asking? This one. Now, this game I'm kind of annoyed with because it's not the actual game itself, it's actually the speedrunning community for it. I know a person who went through, like, this game was not on the leaderboards at all on speedruns.com. They put it there, they found all the initial routes, they did all the hard work for it. Started building up a community, and then some community members started to get into marathons to do runs, and they just went in there and lied their asses off. Like, oh yeah, I started this game, I added this whole thing into the speedruns.com, I found all the routes. I'm like, you didn't do crap. It's like, I know the person who actually did. And that person was just like, don't just let it go. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to say anything. It's like, no. You need to speak up, man. If people are screwing you out of stuff that you legitimately did, you need to fight. Yeah, this cartoon was kind of meh, but it was kind of weird, but it wasn't too bad. I know a lot of people who like this show are furries. It's like almost all the people I know, like my friends who are furries, love this show. I don't know why. That's not saying that if you like the show, you are a furry. I'm just noticing it's like the weird things. Like, okay, it's like all my furry friends, they really, really like the show. It's got great animations of it. This is like a very late Sega Genesis game. Okay, get off the wall, please. It's like, oh no, it's like the messenger all over the game. All over again, where the game just sucks you right into the wall. Even if you don't want to. Keep wanting to like jump up the walls. It's not something you can do in this game. Alright. Dropping frames like crazy. If I start dropping frames, let me know. Because I need to know right away. This is not cool. Yeah, I will definitely be calling Spectrum tomorrow and giving him a bitching at him a whole earful because this is nonsense. Let's see where am I connecting to? Chicago server. Let me drop the stream real quick. I'm going to try to connect it to a different Twitch server and see if that helps alleviate some problems because OBS basically stops you. Like, it just says, okay, you're connected to the server no matter what, instead of like basically anything that could possibly be better. Whereas if you use something like Elgato, it actually finds the best, fastest server to use and then logs it into it that way. So I'm going to drop the stream. I'll be back in about 5-6 seconds. Just hang on real quick.